hopefully be back right now. Let me double check the audio. Can I hear myself? Yep, okay, that's good. All right, excellent. Cool. All right, next. Okay. So let's do a couple of things first. I know I do owe some people in chat a hype train, but let me do this. Let me put on cheating gloves for. Actually, let me also make sure this camera works. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, that'll be a little distracting. So hold on. Let me disable this for now. Okay, and then let me put on cheating gloves. If you guys have never seen me put on cheating gloves before, here it is. So we're gonna put on cheating gloves. And then let's take a look at StreamerSonglist and see what we can figure out, if anything. And if we have to wait like everybody else, that's probably fine too. Okay. But just so that I just wanted to recognize everybody that subbed during the Hades stream, or resubbed. So we had Chan the Magic Man. So here, Chan the Magic Man, Queen of Clubs, and Keo Demon 956, Two of Spades. So there we go. All right. Okay. So, all right, that's the first thing. Okay, next, hopping back over here, let me go ahead and disable this thing. Okay, so now there's not a blob there. Okay, next, let me go to streamer song list. Wow, there's a lot more stuff here. Okay, let's see. I wonder if there's more customization options for me. Let's see. I have a learn list. Oh man, that might actually be pretty good for me. Actually, I could put stuff that I've done on stream, but like if I don't know it well enough to be like immediately requestable. But it could be something where it's like if somebody can look at it. You know what? Let me, while we're here, let me share. So for anybody who didn't know, the new streamer song list looks like, let me see, this. So the trick list is now going to look like this. So let's see. So here's the library. Thanks for the lurk, Charlie. Chan says looks trash. Let's see. One thing that I didn't like about the old one was how not responsive it was. So the one thing I hope that this gives us is if it's more responsive, I'm pretty good with that. The other thing is I'm hoping that this works. Let me see here. The filtering I think is better probably because we can actually just leave everything on screen. We don't have to have like a separate pop-up or anything. It's also I think a little bit clearer for what's there, but I'm not entirely sure what the star is for. Is that my favorite? Is that probably because I think how people handled that before was putting a trick into a like with a tag that said, "Oh, I hope it's easier to manage tags." Hold on, card trick. Okay, that would be awesome. Can you multi-select in this? No, or at least it's not immediately clear. Viewer favorites, I believe. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, Charlie. Elstro Art, welcome in. How's it going, Elstro Art? Good to see you. How are you doing today? We're currently looking at the new streamer song list with the update because I use it for the trick list. And so right now, if we have the little blob, it doesn't come up. And so it'll look like this. So, let me see here. Let me go ahead and go to my stream elements. Just make sure that it's just not like an immediate quick thing to do there. Let's see. Stream elements dashboard. Stream elements is now part of Razer. What? Oh, did they get bought out? Hold on, I probably need to take a screenshot of this. Gibson Lynn says yes. All right, this is the first I'm I'm hearing about this. So let me see. News. All right. Boom. All right, I'm just drop that screenshot somewhere. Let me hit accept. All right. So there's a couple of things at play here. Certainly the update to StreamerSonglist, possibly the stream elements thing, even though hopefully that was not really related. Let me see, dashboard. I forgot. Where's the overlays? I forgot where they put overlays. Streaming tools, overlays. There it is. This one. Let's see, alert box. Oh, hold on. Let me just properties. Let me go to this. I'm not showing you guys stuff because you might be able to see. Oh, okay. So you have to sign into my overlay API overlay. Let me just see how that worked. Okay. Hold on. My default browser is Brave. That might block some things. So hold on. Let me try this in a different browser. Chrome. Sign in with Twitch. 404 page not found. All right. That'll do it. So let me see here. API streamer song list auth. Let me see. Let me go into my streamer song list. Durkee Blaine, welcome in for a second. You almost made me think that you were E-Room for a second, but welcome in, Durkee Blaine. How's it going? Thanks for shouting out our friend Durkee Blaine Chan. Guys, you're not following Durkee Blaine. Please give Durkee Blaine a follow. That was the plan. Yeah. Welcome in, E-Room. How's it going? Did we summon E-Room because wow, you guys. Man, you guys are tricking me. Okay, that's that's all right. Hold on. I have to sign in. Lol says E-Room. Welcome in, E-Room. Guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. All right. Okay. Let me see. Let's find Twitch. Get my password for Twitch. Sign in with the password. Log in. My code. Let me pull out my MFA code. Multi-factor authentication for anybody who's curious. Wait, where is my thing? Right here. Nope. Right. Wait a second. Oh no, it is here. Okay. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. Okay, an ad break is starting soon. All right, so I think I've now officially logged in on my. Okay, all right. Okay, let me try this again. Not that. Okay, so streamer song list, properties. Let me go here, overlay, do this. Go here, sign in with Twitch. Page not found, that's fine. Okay. Let me go to Where do we do the bot stuff again? Or actually, maybe they legacy data detected. Okay, your old commands and subscriber pages can be migrated to the new system. Okay, I figured it out. So under settings, there's a migrate now button. So let me take a screenshot of this. All right, so let me migrate now. By the way, guys, if anybody wants to see some magic, just poke me. I know that we are trying to figure out the trick list thing. Okay, migrate your legacy commands and subscriber pages to the new system. 14 commands. Okay, could not map a bunch of things. All right, let me just take a. All right, let me just take a screenshot of this, and then I'm just gonna drop this in my Discord. We may go a little bit long tonight so that I can. All right, let's migrate here. Okay. All right. Okay. Song requests are currently. All right. Okay. Where do I go for the bot? Okay. Admin. Oh, Twitch moderator sync. Okay. Let me do that so I can. Okay. Sync now. Unable to sync moderators. Make sure your Twitch connection is up to date. I literally just signed in with Twitch. Auto sync. All right. Let me just refresh the page and maybe it'll do it by itself. Okay. I might retire from if this changes. Chan, I don't want to upset you, but the update is happening. So um, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's happening. So sorry. Yeah, it's. I don't think they're going to go back. This is like a permanent software update. Here's my gut feel. If they might do some things to change the cosmetics of maybe the page, but for the most part, I think structurally it's probably what it's going to remain. Is my guess. So, all right, hold on. Let me do this, and then here. We're gonna go back. You can look at. So, okay, so here's what I'm currently doing. So I'm trying to sync now. Okay, unable to. Let me refresh. Oh, is this because it's not? Hold on. Oh no, no. This is in Chrome, so this should not be an issue. It happened to no overlay. Yeah, yeah. The overlay thing. I'm trying to figure out if the. Yeah. Let me see bot commands. Let me see. Actually, is anything working now? I feel like I need. Oh no, that's stream elements. Okay, that's not. Let me see here. Settings. All right, we're just gonna go through some of these. Rewards, overlays, trick list. Yeah. Okay. Wait. What's the copy URL? All right. Hold on. Let me just in case there's something sensitive in this URL. I don't know if there is, but let me create a new browser source, create new streamer song list magic. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this. Okay, I see a thing. Oh, wait. Okay, that looks promising. Okay, so we're gonna have to turn this one off. Let's leave this one on. Let's put it next to this other one. Let's lock it. Okay, and then let me copy this. Oh, the black box was separate? No, no, no. So the error page, so basically the old link. So the old link had something where it's like overlay.streamersonglist.com/ my name slash some like long GUID. And then the new one, let me see here. And then the new one, it just has, so it doesn't include my username. So it's streamer, and they actually changed the domain because, yeah, let me see here. It went from, let me just grab this for a second. So it went from overlay.streamersonglist.com to streamersonglist.com. And then instead of slash crazy Asian, it just says slash overlays. But I found that if you go to here, I'll show you guys when let me see, show and tell. So if you go here on settings and then you scroll over to overlays, you click overlays, and there's this button, copy URL. So this URL is the new URL. The old URL was what I had that brought up that old that gray box or whatever. So I'm actually going to update it again in a second. So now this is showing, so that's good. So now we're here, and if I show you the one with the old URL, it's going to be this gray box, okay? But so now let me go ahead and add a new source. So all I'm doing is clicking plus on OBS in sources. I'm adding browser. Then I'm going to just add, oh, actually I did create, hold on. I did create it in this one, so let me just copy it. Let me copy. I'm going to paste it here. And then you guys can see that now, but that gray box is just part of the old legacy one, and so I'm going to get rid of that, and then I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. And then let's move these. Okay. So I'm not sure where that was before, but we can adjust it. Okay, so let me do that and we'll lock this in place. So now you should be able to do that. Okay, so now let's just, as a sanity check, let's go ahead and, I'm gonna add something to my queue. If I can add something to my queue. Crap, how do I, how do I request something from my queue? Or how do I put something in there? Let me see here. Add to queue, all right. Add to queue. All right. Do I see something in the queue? Yes. All right. It worked. Okay. So, all right. That was a little annoying though, because there wasn't a button on the songs. I had to click specifically on the trick. It brings up the little flash window, or not flash window, but like the little splash window, and then you had to click the button to add to queue. Um, so yeah. So technically, the black box was just like an error basically before, so showing the error box before. All right, next let me see, so let me see, bot, how do I reconnect the bot? I'm hoping it's under like settings or something. Access, let me see, API token, nope, okay. Admins, sync now, nope, that's not working. So how to add trick to list. Oh, okay, yeah, let me go through that for a second. All right, so if you are here, what I had to do was I had to go to a particular like trick in this case. I clicked on it, it brought up this little window, and then I had to click this button, add to queue here. And then I guess because I'm a moderator of my own stream, I click this, add to queue. But this might be interesting. I can place at an exact position. I can put it on the top. So I can put this in position 1, I guess. So this should be above. So now if we look at the queue, wait, did coin? Oh, now playing coin matrix, and then double. Okay. So there's 1 at any given time. There's a timer. There's a timer. I don't know if I like that. Let's see here. Gibson Land says you can also turn on manage and add song button appears. Oh. Oh, manage. Oh. Okay. Add song right here. Okay. So that should add something to the queue. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. So that's yeah, adding this. But is there no longer a button to just? Oh, I did not have. There's a queue button right here on the right. So it's not as user friendly for the people who. It's like this means add it to queue. It doesn't mean request, but okay. So there you go. Lol. Let me see. Oh, automod. C Films, welcome in. How's it going? Hello, how are you doing? Not bad for the most part. So we are discovering, it's because I use StreamerSonglist for my trick list in Magic. We are discovering it. Me and my mods are discovering a bunch of things about it right now together because StreamerSonglist did a huge update, like huge update. So okay, let me see here. C Film says I'm doing great. Awesome. I'm glad you're doing great. Good to hear. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Guys, you're not following our friend C Films. Please give C Films a follow. Okay, so there's only one thing left. How do I enable the bot? Let's see, my dashboard. Um, let's see. Connect to do, login, connect, integrate platform, mod the bot. Oh, I have to mod the song list bot, of course. And sync because I couldn't sync mods, that would probably be a thing. All right. So hold on. My is it this one? Yeah, okay. Okay, so settings, admins. All right, add admin, song list bot, Twitch. Okay, song list bot. You can control the queue, the song, the command, the overlay, the history, and the attribute. Let's create. Okay. All right, that's the first thing. Integrate platform, mod the bot, enable requests, enable your dashboard. Okay. All right, let's give this a try. Let's first do the regular basic command. Okay, nope, that didn't do it. So settings. Is it integrations? Oh, okay. All right. Did you enable the bot integrate? No, that I literally just discovered that. Okay, so here we are under settings, integrations, connect. I have to connect to Twitch. Not you? No, it's me. All right, so la 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 la. Okay, authorize. I don't think there was anything sensitive there. Hopefully. Okay. All right. So now it's here. So enable the chatbot for this platform. So I modded it and did that. Okay. And then let's see. There used to be a thing where it was just like the the bot. Let's see. We would just it'd be like a toggle switch for the bot. So request limits, no request limits, side account user, followers, VP. Hmm. Let's see, enable. Oh, you can enable cross-platform requests. Interesting. View legacy bot messages, rerun migration. No, I don't think I should need to do that. And verifying your dashboard requests are turned on. New 2026 streamer song list. How to enable the bot. Bot connection. Find the song list bot connected or chat integration and switch it to establish the link with your channel. I think that's the old way. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we are currently here. Let's see what things. I feel like it should be maybe like here. Bot commands. Just tried looking for enable. Let me see. Learn list. Nope. Tokens, transact. What's this? What are these? When was August 10th? Was that last week? Yeah, that was last week. So is this people's redeems? Or is this requests? Oh yeah, yeah. This is requests. Okay. Um, hold. Let me see. Would it be on my dashboard? This would make sense if it was here. Your admin channels. All right. Looks like it does show that I'm Gibson Lens admin. Or my streamer page. Home. All right. Let's see. Add welcome message to your page. Queue is closed. Open it. Okay, let me open the queue. Okay, the queue is open. All right. Let's see. Hmm. Is oh, okay. Here's the thing. I don't see Streamer Songlist bot or Streamer Songlist as a moderate in the channel. So that is probably the thing. Hmm. Hmm. You know, you would think. Let me see here. Commands, settings. Nope. That's just activity. I feel like it should be here, or it should be like, or it should be in settings. Let me search for a command. Let's admin grant one-time bypass configure restrictions for a specific view either from queue or okay chat command. Nope, that's not what I want. Integrations. Okay, so stream on Twitch with a chat bot enable chat bot for this platform. It's been enabled. So how do I connect it? Yeah, let me just do yeah, because I only see stream. Hold on, let me see. Songlist. Yeah, yeah. Songlist bot isn't here, or streamer song list isn't here. Let me see. All right. Well, Okay, well, if anybody can figure that out, let me know. That I think that's the last hurdle to overcome. Uh, Otherwise, we can kind of proceed. I know we spent probably a lot more time on that than anybody expected, but I thought it was good because I know that a bunch of people in here also use StreamerSonglist, probably for the more appropriate reason of using it for songs. But anyway, okay, so let me see. Let's let me make sure this is like centered. Okay, there we go. Let me. I know I just put these in as a test, but you know we'll do the trick anyway. So ad break is finishing now. Glorious, perfect. Because here's what we are going to do. We are going to go ahead and do the coin matrix, and right there. So good to get practice on this. So anyway, yesterday I had a magic gig and I did this trick for the birthday girl. It was a quinceañera, and so for anybody who doesn't know what that is, it is a celebration of a girl turning 15, which is the transition from girlhood to adulthood for this particular birthday girl. And so when I did this trick for her, um, I think she was flabbergasted, maybe confused a little bit, but anyway, and that was Coin Matrix. Oh yeah, so this will give me a chance. Let me see if I. All right, so how do I clear this? So I go to my queue, and now I can mark this as played. But we're actually going to be doing another. Let me see. So cardless coin matrix. Okay, so now how do I swap this for the one that's on the top? Play now. Will this immediately swap? Oh, okay, so the controls. So all I did was I went down to press the play button on the one that I am doing. So, alright, so now here is the cardless version. So we've got our 4 coins, hands empty. Make them jump from corner to corner. 1, 2. Pinecone 928. Yes, having fun with the song list update. Yeah, we did spend probably the first half an hour of the Magic stream really like looking, or maybe more than that, right? Like so, but yeah, but no, we definitely had quote unquote fun. Sarcasm. Um, but yeah, I did up. Actually, Pinecone. Quick question, and you may not. Do you know how to add the bot back into the chat? Because I think I did everything else. I just don't know because it used to be a toggle, and that's like the last thing. Anyway, that was the cardless coin matrix. So let me go ahead and do this, and then guys, if you're not following our friend Pinecone, please give Pinecone a follow. Pinecone Variety Gamer also is a mod in a bunch of other Twitch friend streams, and definitely give Pinecone a follow. So, but yes, having fun with the new song list, streamer song list update. Yeah, yeah, because I modded the bot, I connected the integration, I updated the overlay to the new URL, which we discovered there was a difference for the URL. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, so it's under settings. All right, so let me go show and tell settings. Okay, so let's see, it was over here, integration. So I did this, I connected it, and I felt like this should be it. Oh yeah, I still need to fix. Okay, yeah, yeah. So the overlay, FYI, the old overlay might have had something like this, followed by some GUID. But the new ones, they removed the user specific part of it, and so the new overlays they have this URL, so it's going to be something like that. So yeah. Do you see the bot toggle? No, that's what I was looking for. Isn't that button to the right of the bot? Oh, right here. Oh, sorry. I can't see that. So on this monitor, it's at a slightly different angle that it was just dark enough because I'm in dark mode. Yeah, it's too hard to see in dark mode. Dude, you just saved me. Awesome. Okay, hold on. So now, let's take a look. Okay, it worked. It just because it was too fast for. Okay, all right. So, oh yeah, that's what I meant, but I'm distracted. Oh, I totally understood it. Okay. So hold on. Let me just custom command. Did it transfer? No. Okay. All right. So I might have to fix and update a bunch of my old commands. Let me do random. Requests are currently okay. All right. So hold on. This should be SRS on, right? Okay. Thank goodness. All right. Oh yeah, the custom commands probably didn't transfer. Some of them may have. I did the button to migrate, so there was a button to migrate. So, but okay, cool, awesome. There we go. Glorious. That's okay. I think we did all of the stuff that we needed to do to get the bot connected. So as far as like custom stuff, actually, I'm just gonna take a quick look to see if the custom command. Let me see here. Bot commands, search commands, trick list. Oh yeah, that's enabled. Hmm. Wait, what's one that I know I definitely created? D20. Hey, okay, yeah. Custom command should work. It's just yeah. Oh yeah, customer probably didn't. Oh yeah. I told you which ones it didn't when you did that. Yes, it came up with a list, and I took a screenshot, and I didn't really look at it at the time, but I took a screenshot and put it in my own Discord so I could look at it later. So yeah, some of them may not work. Some of them might work. Uh, the list wasn't that long for the ones that didn't. Yeah, custom song list commands, not stream elements. Oh no, you're right. Oh no, sorry. I created that in Stream Elements. You're right. Hold on. Oh no, but did it put a random? No, it didn't put a random one in there. Hold on. Um, yeah. Let me just. So this should come up with. Okay, yeah, no, that didn't work. Okay. Oh, the cooldown is 10 seconds. That's why. That's why. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to change all of the settings for those again. Yep, it did add a random one. So. All right, so I think the commands are working. I just have to figure out if the aliases are working and if. Oh, wait a second. No. Wait a second. Hold on. You made no. The alias exists. Okay, so here's something that I'm noticing. All the default commands have the exclamation point and then the command. So like all the default ones, but all the custom ones that they transferred over do not have the exclamation point. So, let me see here. Trick. Let me. Oh, how do I modify this? Oh, I like that requests is like a toggle thing now at the top. Hold on. How do I edit a command? I can't edit. Oh, here we go. Okay, I've got to figure out how to. Oh wait, manage. Oh, here we go. Okay, sorry, I didn't click manage. We're gonna figure this out. I'm so close. Okay, here it is. Edit usage. Okay. How do I look at the aliases. So hold on, I'm just gonna try adding an exclamation point. Let me hit save. Okay. Oh, this is an SE one. Yeah, that's stream. Okay, all right. This is a good way to get into it when the bot is off. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. This should now work. Yo, okay, all right. So, okay, this is okay. This is probably going to be educational. So let me just go ahead and share the screen here. Okay, so here on the commands for all of the default commands. Actually, is this filtered? Yeah, let me remove the filter for a second. So all the default commands, if you take a look here on the aliases column, there's an exclamation point add song, and that is the default. And the custom ones that carried over, so for example here, I had this one called has trick, and it does not have the exclamation point. And so right now, if I'm to do exclamation point has trick, does not work. But if I go ahead and I go and edit has trick now, and under the alias put an exclamation point before it, hit save, now I can do has trick, let me just search Monty. And yes, Monty Python by Andy Gladwin is in the trick list. It is? No. Okay, they might have, because that's got to be disabled, I think. Wait, we're going to check now. No, wait a second. It's not in the trick list. Hold on. Is there a way to see? Oh yeah, all, all. Oh, okay. So it is in my list, but it is not. Okay. Well, it's not actually. I played it once. Oh, okay. So it brought it over anyway. Interesting. All right. Okay. So anyway, we figured out the commands. So we're gonna have to go and figure out those commands. But I think for right now, uh, let me find. Hold on. One of these should be random. Okay. Yeah, this one. So I want to do this one. Let's at least get this one fixed right now. Okay. Save. And then let's go here. Let's do random. Boom. There we go. It works. Okay. We figured it out. Guys, we figured it out. It probably took a little bit more time than anybody really wanted, but you know what? I think it's super important that we understand the tech that we're trying to use. At least for me, it's like a sign of pride as far as like, being a software engineer. Or, quote unquote, being a software engineer when I am fully employed. All right, but you know what? There's something else in the queue, and we're gonna do it, even though it was like a random test. So we're gonna do it anyway. Pinecone says, "I just want to stop by. I'm gonna get back to my expedition. Have a great. Thank you, Pinecone. Have a glorious night. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy your expedition." All right. So here we have um, a bunch of cards, and then we have red sixes and nines because this trick is called the Devil's Elevator, and in certain angles I want it to look an awful lot like 666. Okay, but I'm just going to go ahead and just leave these four red sixes and nines over there, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to leave the 5 here, then we're going to go ahead and leave the 4 over here, then we will leave the 3 over here, and then here's the 2, place it over here. Now, here's what we're going to do. A elevator, if you will. Absolutely, Pinecone. And so here, we're going to take the 2, place it in the second level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And I don't know if you can tell, but the 2 knows how to exit the elevator. And they will press the elevator button and go up to the top. And here is the 2. Now let's go ahead and take the 3 in this case, and we'll place it here in the third level of the elevator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. The 3 will know how to get out because we're going to press the elevator button. The 3 will go up to the second, to the first, and be able to exit the elevator. Thank you for the lurk, Pinecone. There's the 3. Now, some people believe that there are some cards in here, but you know what? There aren't. And of course, let's go ahead and grab the 4. Here's the 4. Let's place it here in the fourth section of the elevator, which, by the way, every time I say elevator, it reminds me of a Stray Kids song. So there's a song by Stray Kids, the K-pop band. So here it is, the 4. And go ahead and press the elevator button. And it's going to go from 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Now, of course, what we have here is indeed the 5. But we're going to leave that at the bottom. And I don't know if you can tell, this will also go up the levels in the elevator from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. And that, my friends, hopefully I finished that in right before the ad break, but fingers crossed. So there you go. All right. Okay, let's see. Well, while the ad break is going, let me update another command. Let's see. Marks the current song now is playing. Okay, okay. It did take away one of my aliases. So I want to SP this. Alright. So now, if I get exclamation point SP, done. Alright. Glorious. Slowly but surely. You know, I don't really use trick details that much, do I? But, you know, while we're here, I guess while we're waiting for the ad break to end. Okay, what commands don't have this? Okay, so here. Alright, so let me see what is the, so if I do what the current trick is. Current trick, oh, none of those are current. The ad break is finishing. Wait. Current trick. Oh, did I not? Q. Oh, interesting. So that should have. Chain the Magic Man says, gonna use this VOD as a guide to set up the new streamer song. Yes, I was actually hoping that if we ended up going through some of this stuff, then it would be good to have as a reference for some people. So, but yeah, it's definitely not like immediately carryover. So let me see. Last played, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and put exclamation points for for a bunch of those. Let me hit save. All right. Okay, so people are coming back from the ad break. Awesome. Next, we've got French Twist. I know these are just random requests for testing, but you know what? We're gonna do them anyway. I do have to catch up on some magic tricks because we kind of spent a bunch of time doing StreamerSonglist stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. So I have the 4 aces. So with these 4 aces, what we need to do is, well, let me introduce you. So here's the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and ace of spades. Now with this trick, I'm going to be doing something where I hold, here, let me demonstrate. So I'm going to hold the aces like this, and I'm going to shake them, and then one of the aces should turn face up. I know it doesn't make any sense, but we're just going to go ahead and do it because, look, I'm going to hold the packet, give it a shake, and that is going to go ahead and reveal the ace of hearts. Now all 4 aces are face down, but look, all I have to do is hold the packet, give it a shake, and that will reveal the ace of clubs. And now everything's face down, but all we have to do is hold the packet and give it a shake, and that will reveal the ace of diamonds. Now we have, once again, all the cards are face down, 1, 2, 3, 4, but all I have to do is hold the packet, give it a shake, and that shake will then reveal the ace of spades. Now, the one thing about this is that here we have the 4 aces, and that's how you use the 4 aces, and hold the packet and shake, and when you shake, that turns something over, right? We do have one more trick up our sleeves for this trick. I'm going to spread the deck here. Nothing is awry. I'm going to go ahead and cut the aces into the middle of the deck, just like that, and hold the whole deck and give it a vigorous shake. And then when I do that, I don't know if you know, but there we have all 4 aces face up in the middle of the deck. And that, my friend, is French twist. So now let me do this. Oh, whoop, okay. Good news. I think there is a timer on that so that we don't accidentally. What is the set played? Oh, 0 seconds. Okay, well, it only came back. But that's probably a good one to have. Well, let me see here. Cooldown, let's make it 2 seconds. I hope that's 2 seconds. Are these? Yeah, okay, 2 seconds. Yep. All right. Excellent. Good. All right. I know I never really used this command, but I guess I'm gonna I'm in the process of updating them all anyway. So let's just do one at a time until we get them all done. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have the clear card coin. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I have the clear cards somewhere around here, because otherwise, I might not be able to do it that effectively here. Um, you know what I did with it last time? I did this with card sleeves last time because I have the pile of card sleeves, so I know that I could. It's still. All right. Okay, guys, we're doing this with card sleeves. Yeah, I do have to get used to looking at the queue here. I'm not sure if I like. Let me see here. It's not as well. I don't know. The old one was slow too, but all right. Anyway, okay. So we did the coin matrix earlier. We did the cardless coin matrix earlier, and now we're gonna finish the trifecta with the clear card coin matrix, and we're going to be using card sleeves. And so these are clear card sleeves, and so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and cover each one with a card sleeve, so you can kind of see the coins there, right? And so, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and make this one jump from here to there, okay? 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell, but look. And now we're going to go ahead and make this one jump from here, 1, 2, and 3. And then this last one is going to go from here, 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know if you can tell, but you can now fully inspect each one of the sleeves, both sides, to make sure that there's nothing in there. And of course, you could even look inside of the sleeves yourself. And there's no coins in there. And that is the clear card coin matrix with card sleeves. There you go. Okay. I'm just going to mark that as played in the other list. I do like how it kind of changes it immediately. It is very clear what the top thing in the queue is. So, and that changed here as well. So that's good. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-room. And let me see here. Okay. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan. All right. Next up, we have reset. Let me find the cards for reset here. I don't think I've done this one for a while, right? I think it's been a hot minute. Okay, let me make sure that I have the order correct because I have forgotten. Okay, all right. I think that's correct. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, and I have, wait, where's the, do I have, oh yeah, I have load and save. All right, we can do the save state version. All right, so here we have 4 kings, 4 aces. I do want to introduce you to all 4 kings. And so here we have the king of clubs, the king of diamonds, the king of spades, and the king of hearts. Now, I'm going to leave the kings over here. And over here we have all of the aces. But I just want you to remember at this point that the aces are over here and the kings are over here. I'm going to hit the save button. And we're going to save this state right now. Save. All right, so we've saved this save state. And so now we can do things to the system to change it. So for example, this is like the streamer song list thing, and it's like, oh, well, how do I make changes to it? And if I don't actually touch anything, nothing happens, right? But if I actually make a change, it will actually change something in the system. Weird, right? A little bit weird. Okay, next up, we've got, let's see, here's these 2 aces here. Some people think that the changes will only happen when we're not looking, but that's totally not true. So look, even if I uh, just, if I don't actually interact and save anything, it doesn't do anything. But if I go ahead and I make a change, that change will actually manifest in some, like right there, see? So another ace has turned into a king. And now we've got these 2, and some people think that you can only make one change at a time, but that's not the case. You might be able to make multiple changes at a time. And so here we've got all of our aces have turned into kings, and if we just take a look really quick over here, the aces should be over here. Perfect. But that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure that we can get back to our initial state because we might have missed some commands or something. So I'm going to hit the load state button, and we just loaded the initial state where, if you remember, all of the aces were over here. Ace, 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 ace. And then all of the kings are over here. And that is a reset. Okay, all right. Let me see here. Okay, we've got one more in the queue. So let's go ahead and do that one. And that one was a random request from Chan the Magic Man. And you know what? Since it was a request from Chan the Magic Man, let's use Chan the Magic Man's signed card, the Queen of Clubs. And so here we go, Queen of Clubs. We're going to go ahead and take Chan the Magic Man and place him into the middle of the deck just like this. But because he's a magician, he can jump back up to the top when he pleases because he's a magician. And so here's the thing. He has always had the power, even if we put him into the middle of the deck. If we don't snap, we haven't called him yet. We haven't called Chan the Magic Man back up yet. That's somebody else. But if we snap, that will call Chan to the top of the deck. Now, some people believe that magicians will do sneaky things, and to that I'd say you're right. They might switch out a card or something, and in this case, I can show you that this is still Chan's signed card. And if we take Chan, put him in the middle of this packet right here, put this whole packet in the middle of this packet, you might think that Chan is hiding on the top. You might think Chan's hiding on the bottom, but no. He will come up when he's ready to come up from the middle to the top. Wait, that's not Chan. I said when Chan's ready to come up to the top. There we go. And that, my friends, is the ambitious card routine. Okay, all right. So, oh yeah, let me see if this works now. So we should be able to do this. I can pin this. Okay, there we go. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-room. All right. Cool. The queue is empty. I just pinned the queue. It might be a weirdly new experience for people. So I mean, the thing is, how do you get used to new things? You just got to use it, right? So poke around, see what you can do. I'd be curious to see what the user experience is from your side. So if anybody wants to give any feedback, um, let me know. And then let's see. I did allude to a magic gig last night, which I have not recapped yet because of all the StreamerSonglist shenanigans. So last night I had a magic gig and I had to drive. It was about a 45-minute drive away, and I didn't know exactly what to expect. They told me there was going to be like a couple hundred people there, but I was under the impression that I would probably either be doing a walk around to a lot of small groups of people, or they would like place me at a table and then I would just do magic for anybody who wanted to come over. Lo and behold, when I arrive, there's like 200 people. They are dancing in the dark, really loud music, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to be doing magic in this environment? And I guess the person who hired me had them stop the music, turn on the lights, and I was given a microphone to do close-up magic for 200 plus people in a gigantic like banquet hall, and there were people 360 degrees around me. Luckily, it was a very wide area for for a dance floor, so people 360 degrees, they weren't able to see me like directly behind me, but I'm like, oh crap. All right, so I had to adapt on the fly. Whatever plans that I thought I had for my magic show, I just had to throw those out the window, and I was just like, yeah, E-Room's like buzzkill, lol. I know, right, E-Room? Oh my god. It was so I told my magic friends about it after, and they were like, trial by fire. All right, I'll continue the story after ads are over. Continue the story after ads are over. But in the interim, while the ad is going on, I can continue to update custom commands. So let's see, just updated that one. let's see. Do this one. Okay, do this one. Let's see. You know, I don't have that many custom commands in here, or aliases anyway. Oh, interesting. I didn't know I had this. Is this on? Let me see. Oh, 7 tricks have been performed today. That's handy. I forgot all about that, I think. Let me see here. Okay, I know that the ad break's over, but I'm so close. All right, I think I'm done. I think I just finished updating all of my custom commands in StreamerSonglist to have the exclamation point. So now all of the old commands should work. So actually, I do want to try something here. So if I just do like a random request, can I wrong song it to remove it? So it is the now playing, but is tech. So can I remove it? Request not found. Huh, interesting. So now what if I do another one? Can it just not remove the top one again? Is that still... Yes, okay, so it can't remove the one that is actually currently running. Alright, let me clear. Alright, so... And then how long did that take to update? Oh, interesting. So I was able to clear the one that is playing right now, and then the first one didn't automatically move up there, even though that's what happens when you set played. So that's interesting behavior difference. Huh. Okay. We're gonna remove this. All right. Queue is empty. If anybody wants to request anything, feel free. Attempt to with the new with the new trick list. Um, and then let's see. In the interim, I was in the middle of my story. So yeah, here we are. Uh, as soon as I got there, I was given the entire stage and floor, and I was like, "Oh man, I have to improvise this show now, 100%." Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm like, "All right, I certainly have enough tricks to do, but I'm like, okay." I had to take like the stage presence because they gave me the microphone, so I'm like, "All right, become the host, uh, act confident, and all right, I'm just gonna start by showing them the magic that I know how to do, but like one table at a time." So first, I'm like, "All right, if anybody wants to see the magic, everybody come close. This is meant to be close-up magic." So I did magic for one table, as I was talking into the microphone, and then I ended up getting like for each subsequent trick, like getting a volunteer to come up to hold the microphone for me. Uh, and actually, luckily later, um, there was an Asian guy that volunteered to follow me around holding the microphone for me. And he also said, "Oh, yeah," he said, "Oh, I just want to see all the tricks." I'm like, "Okay, sweet." And so one table here, one table there, one table there, kept on moving. I did verbally kind of like announce and describe what I was doing to everybody at the same time, but really only a very small fraction of people could see any given trick at any given time. And I'm like, all right, this is not ideal, but I told my magic friends about it later, and they were like, trial by fire, and I'm like, trial by fire indeed. So, but I did blow some minds for any of the people who actually were standing there and watching me. So the first trick I did was the three card trick, and I was able to count in Spanish, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and then I did the ambitious card routine. I did let me see here, one-eyed Jack sandwich, which by the way I didn't mess up one-eyed Jack sandwich this time, so that was good. I did do a couple of rubber band tricks. I did do a invisible hands, so that's the invisible palm trick, but without a table. Um, let's see. For the birthday girl, I ended up doing a modified version of Anniversary Waltz, so that she signed the front of a card. I put her age, which in this case was 15, because it's a quinceañera, right? And she ended up having the two cards get pressed together, fused together in between her own hands, and one side said her name, and the back side said 15, and I let her keep that. I said I did the coin matrix, so did the coin matrix. And then at some point after that, they were like, "Oh, okay, we need the microphone back because we're going to be doing." They were going to like do cake dancing, and I'm like, "Okay, here's the microphone." And for the rest of the time, I was just doing a walk around. So I ended up just going around to do magic for people in the peripheral, and then they turned off the lights. I did do the ambitious card routine for a few guys, and one of them wanted to shuffle the deck, or at least that's what I thought. I thought at first he wanted me to shuffle the deck, so I shuffled the deck during the trick at a place where I don't normally shuffle, but it's okay because I can control the situation. But then he was like, "Oh, I want to shuffle." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so I had to be flexible on the fly and let him shuffle the deck. But then I was able to still finish the trick and let uh, and get the card that was signed to jump back up to the top after he shuffled. And so it was very convincing, very unassuming too. And I don't want to give away the secret of what I did, but if you're a magician, let me know. I'd be willing to tell you because I was super proud of what I did. And then yeah, after that they turned off the lights, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna be doing dancing loud music. It's gonna be really hard. Luckily there are a few people outside, so I stepped outside and did some magic tricks for a few of the people standing outside. And then after that, it was getting very close to the end, so I was like, okay. I texted the uh, the person who hired me, which also she wasn't. I don't think she was native English speaker either. So we kind of just had to fumble through whatever communications we had. So I was hanging out in the kitchen for a little bit. I showed some magic to a few people in the kitchen. One of which was the person who hired me's sister, and so hopefully that was a good impression. And then after that, I did step back outside, showed some more magic because I was still waiting to hear back, and I did some more magic outside, blew some minds of, I would assume, some high schoolers that were people who um, were in high school with the birthday girl, but I think blew their minds. I did advertise my YouTube channel a little bit, and then the person who hired me came out, and we had a quick chat, and then I left. So yeah, excellent. I can see a request. Excellent. And requested by Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request. Let's go ahead and get ready to perform that one. I did do Twisting the Aces. I did do this one once. I think last night. No, maybe twice. Maybe twice. But yeah, this is part of my normal walk around set. So. Oh, I forgot to mention that last week that one of the tricks, it was French twist, was a boss trick last week. So after stream, I ended up adding the count to the boss trick. But yeah. All right. So here we have the 4 aces, and what I want to do is turn them all face up, one card at a time. However, I'm not allowed to do it like this, because I was to hand you the cards, you might turn them face up like that. That would be cheating for me, because that's not magical. It doesn't look like anything special. So here, I'm going to hold the packet, give it a magical twist. This magical twist will turn up the ace of hearts. There we go. Now don't break your gaze. This is the part that's going to get people. I'm going to hold the packet, give it another magical twist. Ace of hearts will turn face down. Ace of clubs will turn face up. I know, it's a little bit weird, but here it is. Now I'm going to hold the packet, give another magical twist. Ace of diamonds will turn face up. And then the last one will be the ace of spades. Now, I know that sometimes Charlie's Beats does like to give me a run for my money or keep me on my toes by requesting a bunch of tricks that I haven't done in a while. So thank you for that, Charlie's Beats. But now sometimes, because Charlie's Beats has signed the ace of spades, even if I give it a magical twist, I don't know if that will turn face up at this point. But when Charlie's ready, Charlie will turn face up and put a trick into the queue when I least expect it. And that, my friends, is twisting the aces. There you go. Let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps, Stern, and welcome in. Good morning. Thank you kindly for the claps, Stern, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, and good morning to you, Stern. Welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Alright, so now I can mark this as done. Okay, I think we did use, let me just use the other alias and just make sure that worked too. Okay, yep, that works. But yeah, there were major changes to the trick list or the StreamerSonglist app. So we were trying to figure all that out before this, I mean, like when the stream started. Okay, so this looks a little bit small, so I want to increase the size of this here. There we go. And now let me lock that into place. Aha! Okay, I think that's much better. Much better. Schafferstern says, I'm doing good. And you? I'm doing pretty well for the most part. Can't complain. I was a little bit tired, but mostly my own fault. I went to bed late last night, so. But otherwise, yeah, doing okay. Doing good. I had a lot of family time with my family this past weekend, so that was nice. Played a bunch of board games with my daughter. We enjoyed her new mud kitchen. We went to a music concert. Like, it was like one of those free concerts in the park. So we have a town center that's like there's like a gazebo at the town center, and so it's a popular place for people to hang out. So we did that. Yeah, it was a good time. All right, queue is currently open, so if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. But the tricks that I'm not really equipped to do right now is some of the rubber band tricks. Although I guess I have my huge bag of rubber bands, so I could do some of them. But I'm not gonna lie, the rubber band tricks hit way harder than I would have expected. Uh, and I'm starting to be convinced and turned on more by the usefulness, utility, and the speed and quickness of rubber band magic. So, Shaffer Stern says, "Family time is great." Yes, family time is great. So I've been going through a bunch of my movies lately, and I recently purchased one from the thrift store called The Family Man. So The Family Man. And I remember seeing this movie a long time ago, and I think I saw it at the movie theater. But it's a movie that stars Nicolas Cage as a person who made a choice in his life to prioritize his career over having a family. And so, by the way, I'm reconstructing this from my memory and watching the trailer. I didn't rewatch the movie or anything. But he, when he chose his career, basically he became this, you know, big wig, great paying job, and it was uh, like, made plenty of money, but I think deep down inside he was probably lonely because he didn't have a family, didn't have a girlfriend or anything. And then one day he wakes up from his, going to sleep, and his life is completely different. I.e., like if you're familiar with uh, what is it? The ghosts, the ghosts of Christmas, or what is it? Uh, what is that? Ebenezer Scrooge, Christmas Carol, Christmas Carol. So it's like a la Christmas Carol style. He wakes up and then all of a sudden things in his life are different, or he's whisked away. But now he has a wife and 3 kids, and he doesn't remember anything about his life with his wife and 3 kids. He just remembers his choice of going to prioritize his career, and that's and he's told by the quote unquote ghost that brings him this glimpse, played by Don Cheadle. Um, hey, this is a glimpse into your other life, and it's like he's like, what? Like it doesn't make sense. So to me, it appealed to me initially to watch it because I like the whole alternate universe thing. Um, but I think I want to rewatch it at some point. So, but yeah, if I had to take a look at my life and see how I prioritized everything, then obviously I've made the choice of choosing my family over a career because I mean, I guess if I choose a career deep down inside, right now I'm currently choosing magic. I guess is the current. It's not that I haven't tried to apply to jobs. Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Green Guy Music. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, actually, I hope that these commands still work. Green Guy Music. Guys, if you're not following our friend Green Guy Music, please give Green Guy Music a follow. Green Guy Music, also known as Jeffrey, is a musician and streams piano and singing. Actually, I didn't know that Green Guy Music is also a beatboxer. Although I guess I've seen you beatbox a little bit on stream, so I probably should have known. But I did meet Green Guy. I did meet Green Guy Music at TwitchCon Vegas in 2023, in the affiliate line of all places. So, but anyway, welcome in. How's it going, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid and bringing your community over. How was the stream? Did you too struggle with the new StreamerSonglist changes? Because I use StreamerSonglist for my trick list, so that's where we're at here. I did see the request for Schafferstern. Thank you for that request. The ad break is finishing. All right, excellent. We were playing Emergency Room Simulator, no music. Oh, okay. Lol. Gotcha. All right. Cool. Well, I am glad that you were able to. I assume that you enjoyed Emergency Room Simulator. But thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. So, do not recommend the game. It was bad. Oh. Well, thank you. If nothing else, you have given me the piece of information that I deep down inside needed, because now I know never to play Emergency Room Simulator. Double raid. Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Guys, if you're not following ZD Major 7, thank you so much for the resub. Let me see here. Have a great stream. Bedtime for me, says Green Guy Music. All right, Green Guy Music. Thank you so much for your raid. And you have a good night. Thanks for bringing your community over here. Welcome in Raiders and ZD Major 7, and thank you so much for the resub. And welcome in friends. I see some friendly faces. Charlie's Beats, the friendly fiddler. Welcome in. How's it going? How was the stream? Hopefully it went well. I don't know if you were doing music today, but if you were um, trying to figure out any of the new StreamerSonglist stuff, which we did here because I had to figure out my trick list because I use StreamerSonglist for the trick list. So ZD Major 7 says, great stream, but I have to go faceplant into bed right now. All right, ZD Major 7, thank you so much for bringing your community over here, and thank you for the raid. And yeah, yep, we had the oh hey what just happened here as well. Okay, yeah. I did dedicate like the first half an hour of my stream really to like figure everything out, and so I think I got everything working. I got the overlay working again, got the list working, got the bot working, figured out the reason why the custom commands that imported over weren't working, and so fixed those as well. So yeah, we figured basically I think everything out on my stream. So yeah. The friendly fiddler says, I'm good, enjoying the vibes while write a paper. Oh, totally understandable. You continue the dissertationing, Andrew. All right, cool. So, all right, I was going to be doing a trick for, let me see here. I should do a trick for both of the raiders. I know that one of the raiders has gone to bed, and then we do have a trick in the queue as well. So, let me go ahead and start with the trick in the queue. And so, and yes, and good night, everyone. Good night, ZD Majors, and thank you so much for bringing your community over. And I guess we just had a double raid. I don't know if everybody knows me, but if this is your first time here, welcome in. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic on Sunday nights. And so here we are, and so I'm glad that you're here. If you would like to see some magic, you can use the new streamer song list, i.e. my trick list, that's pinned in chat to request something. And so here we go. Now I'm going to be doing a trick that's currently in the queue here. And this is called Hellman's Aces, slight variation. So here I have the two jokers. The two jokers will help us find some very nice cards in the deck. And so here, the first card that they're going to find, let's see. We're going to go ahead. This may not look like magic. It might be more of a skill because look, they've just snatched a card from in the center of the deck, and they have just snatched up the Queen of Spades. Now, I know that you might not have thought that looked like magic because that could be a skill-based thing. Well, how about this? Let's do it long distance, and we're going to go ahead and shoot a card from over here into over here. And so, 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell, but look, we've just done this. And next up, by the way, if anybody was paying attention, I might make this a boss trick. But all right, so here we go. Now we're going to have them go face down, and they will find another one. And then this last one. And look, they've found all 4 queens because the person who requested this trick was Shefferstern, and Shefferstern has requested the trick and has signed the Queen of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is Hellman's Aces, but without the aces and all of the queens. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, by the way, if anybody's been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Okay, thank you kindly for the claps, Shefferstern, and thank you for that request. Okay. Cheers to that. Yes, cheers to that. All right. Let's go ahead and now perform a trick for the Raiders. Let's go ahead and do. Oh yeah, this will give me a chance to try and manage the queue myself, so I get used to this new interface here. Let me see here. This one. Okay. Did that work? Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and use ZD Major 7 signed 8 of spades. So ZD Major 7, thank you so much for the 36 months, which, by the way, that's 3 years. 3 years! Thank you so much. Yeah, oftentimes ZD Major 7 raids in over here. So thank you so much for those raids, ZD. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and lose the 8 of spades into the middle of the deck here. If you take a look, it's not like too close to the top or the bottom, so let's just go ahead and put that in there. And then we're going to go ahead and give these a mix, just like that, just like this. And let's do some cuts. Now, what we are going to do now is unfathomable. If you have OCD, you may want to look away, close your ears, because we are going to shuffle face up into face down cards. And so, here we go. Let's get that interweave really good here. And then we're just going to go ahead and push those in. So to show you how messed up these are, let's see. Here's some face up cards, some face down cards, some face up cards, everything. So just to really drive the point here, here's a back to a front. Here's a front to a back. Here's a back to a back. Yeah, and so that's... But let's go ahead and just use magic to fix this. So here we go. I'm going to use the shadow of my hand, and the shadow is going to do some work. And the work that it's doing is it's going to fix every single card in the deck. Every single card except one. And if we take a look, what card is it? I'll give you guys one guess. It is indeed ZD Major 7, signed 8 of spades. So once again, thank you ZD Major 7 for the raid. Thank you for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sheffer Stern. Let's see here. Let's do one for Green Guy Music's Raiders as well. So let's see here. What should we do? Actually, not sure if... Yeah, let me do this one. I like this one. Okay. Oh, good thing I looked because we had to reset it, and I literally dropped a card. Alright, here we go. Okay, just so I can get used to the trick list here. Boom, boom. Okay. Alright, so we have 4 cards here, and most of them are blank. You just need to keep your eye on the money card, and there's only one money card here. It's not the blank ones. It's actually the ace of clubs. So if you remember where the ace of clubs is, so right now the ace of clubs is here, is third from the top. Now if I was to reverse count the cards like this, where's the money card? A lot of people would guess it's on the, it's second, right? But no, it's actually here on the bottom. That's the weird part. That's okay though. Let me go ahead and reverse count them again. Where would you expect it to be? I think you would expect it to be on the top now, and for that you'd be correct. Now, this is supposed to be a game where you try and follow the money card. And they might not give you the option of all 4 cards, they might just give you the option of these 3 cards. And so they might ask you, hey, where is the money card? And you might say, oh, well, I think it's on the top, right? But no, if they show you the card on the top, there's nothing there. It's like, oh, well, it must be the one on the bottom. And so they show you the one on the bottom. That's not the case either. And now they show the one on in the middle. And that one's blank too. And now, of course, if you knew about this card, you would be like, hey, that card must be the money card. And I'm like, no, 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 no. This is a red herring. This is definitely not the money card because the money card is actually over here. If you wanted to know what a red herring looks like, this is what a red herring might look like. And that is why you don't play any card games on the street with money. Thank you kindly for the claps and the mind blown Shefferstern. Yep. So I did this trick for the last bachelorette party. So not last night, but a week ago. And one of the girls at that bachelorette party asked, "Hey, can I have that card? This card?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not an artist." So I thought I did a really good job drawing this. I'm like, I'm very proud of keeping this. Bert has a quote: "Communism is just a red herring," which is a quote from the movie Clue, and it was actually said by Tim Curry, which was mentioned earlier tonight on stream. So fun how it came full circle tonight. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, let me see what the history page looks like. Is the history page better? Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I think I like the history page better. Yeah, yeah, I think I like it better now. Oh, that's interesting. It tells us how it was requested. So, like, if it came from Twitch, which would have been like a request from the chat, or if it came from the website, i.e., they came directly to StreamerSonglist and clicked on it. Interesting. And then there's ones where if I put them in, it doesn't show anything because I put them in. Uh, okay. Oh, it would have been implied in. I put it in through the website. Okay. Because otherwise, it does show my name with Twitch next to it. So interesting. This might be really good if I multi-stream. So, which by the way, I am throwing around the idea of multi-streaming. Wait, what are the other integrations? I think I saw Kick earlier. Is Kick in YouTube? No, Kick and all right. I was hoping that YouTube would also be one, but all right. Let me see here. Queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. YouTube integration got delayed, I think. Ah, okay, cool. Thanks for the update on that. I was curious because I had heard that YouTube might have been a part of these changes, but alas, it is currently not there. So tonight I am having um, a peppermint cocoa for my tea. Oh, okay. Oh, an ad break is starting soon. I just realized that I technically owe chat a raid train, or not a raid train, a hype train, because we got 2 subs during the Hades stream. So Zeolus42, welcome in. How's it going? Zeolus42 says, found a copy of Munchkin at a party yesterday and tried to come up with some fun magic trick storytelling card combos. Nice. I have some Munchkin cards, but they're the Star Trek version of Munchkin. But yeah, if you know a bunch of card tricks, certainly you can adapt with Munchkin cards. Munchkin cards are a little bit smaller, and actually, I am familiar enough with the cards to tell you that the corners are really, really rounded. So that's probably. But anyway, welcome in Zeolus42. How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, let me see. What would be the equivalent? I don't know if I have any equivalent cards right now immediately available. But yeah, the corner would probably be the toughest part. But you can certainly do some tricks with Munchkin cards. Let me see if I have anything here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Oh, solve a Rubik's Cube. All right. Thank you for that request. C films. All right. So let's go ahead and scramble Rubik's Cube. I know you might be in an ad break right now, so I won't start the solve yet, but we can scramble while everybody's in there. So this will probably be a little bit rough because I don't think I've solved a cube since last time I solved a cube on stream. So, oh, actually, let me see my last played. Will this work? Last played cube. 3 months ago. I might not have solved the Rubik's Cube for 3 months. That might actually have been the last time I solved the cube. Hopefully I remember. I do know that if I forget, if I hopefully the muscle memory is in there, that that it will all work out. So I think people are coming back from the ad break right now. So thank you for the request, C Films. This is the only non-magic trick in the trick list. It is technically a trick still, right? Because it's a great party trick. If you can solve a Rubik's cube and you can just solve one for people. So, oh, hold on. I want to know if I can restart the time on the queue item. Adam07950, thank you so much for the resub. Let me go ahead and pull out Adam07950. Where are you? Adam07950. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for the glorious emotes. So there we go. All right. Solving a Rubik's Cube. All right. Let me begin. So hopefully you guys will agree this is scrambled enough. So honestly, if it starts to look like there's enough of a color spread, it could be like too symmetrical. So all right. So this is certainly not symmetrical. So we're good. Let's see here. So I do a modified, I guess, beginners. I thought it was beginners, but then it was apparently told to me by other people who cube. It's like, oh, you have a couple of things in there that are extra. I'm like, oh, all right, well, that's cool. Thanks for letting me know. Awesome. So now we're gonna do the top layer. So it's not just getting this all correct, but also all of the edge corners around it correct as well. So not only does this all have to be one color, but these also have to be the correct color for that matching that side. And so here we are almost done with the top layer. here we go. Top layer is done because these all match their centers. The centers don't move in relation to each other, and so this color will always be opposite this one will always be opposite this one, and this one will always be opposite that one. Anyway, now we're going to do the second layer, which I do a slightly modified version just to save a little bit of time on the first 3 edges. And then I have to do the regular algorithm for the last one. And I can only do it one way, so sometimes I forget. So I have to start over. Not the whole thing, just that part of the algorithm. So here we now have all of the edges on the second layer except for this one. And so I just have to replace this with the one that's like the orange and the green. So let's go ahead and find the orange-green one. So now this is like muscle memory, basically. Okay, so there we go. I don't think I could explain it if I had to, but I can do it. So now I'm looking for the pattern that's on the bottom of this color, and then holding a certain way, and then I remember there's like one of like 4 or 5 different algorithms to do at this point. So when I see this, I hold it this way, and I do like this. Oh, wow. Okay, so normally you're in a worse state than this, but when you do something like this, and you get to this state, I was able to skip over a couple of steps. So that was nice. Handy. All right. Okay, so these 2 corners in the right place, because those will line up here. So these 2 corners I have to swap. So here we go. Now I do the algorithm to swap those 2 corners. And we've swapped all the corners to be correct, and now there's just 3 edges that need to rotate. So this one has to go over here, this one has to go over here, and this one has to go over here. And so there is one algorithm to do that, and we have just solved the cube. There we go. And that, my friends, is solving a Rubik's Cube. Thank you kindly for the claps, Sheffer Stern. Thank you for the emotes, Adam. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have a request from C Films for I Know Kung Fu. So let me go ahead and I need to grab all of the kings, and then we will need another card. Thank you kindly for the claps, Adam07950. You know, at this point, 07950 pretty much rolls off of the tongue, right? It almost sounds like it's natural. It would naturally come off the tongue, right? Okay, so here's kings. Let's go ahead and grab a card that we'll remember. Let's grab the 8 of hearts. So here's what we're going to do. So here's the 8 of hearts. Here's the 4 kings. And so I'm going to go ahead and put all the kings here. And so here's the black king, here's another black king, and then here's the 8 of hearts. Now if I leave the 8 of hearts here just for a second, I'm going to place the 2 black kings off to the side over here. I'll take this 8 with the red kings, okay, and all I have to do is 1, 2, 3. I've grabbed the 8 of hearts in my hand, and we've transferred it over here in between the 2 black kings. I know if that happened too fast, that's okay. We'll do it again. Let's do it again. So here, we're going to place the packet like this. And last time I turned all of the cards face down. But this time let's leave the black kings face up. And so I'm going to leave that over there this time. And importantly, what we will do is let me find the other black king. And we're going to place the 8 in between the 2 black kings this time. There we go. And now for the 2 red kings, I'm going to use my other hand to do a technique. This is called atom smashing. Actually, I don't know if anybody's ever seen One Punch Man. This is One Punch Man's version, where he actually smashes all of the cards together. And actually, the 2 kings are no longer 2 cards, they are 1 card. And this one card actually happens to be the 8 of hearts. But wait, where are the red kings? Because over here there's only one. Well, actually, I don't know if you know, all you have to do is hold on to the edges of this card and pull 1, 2, and 3, and it becomes 2 cards. And these are indeed the red kings. And that is I Know Kung Fu. Thank you for that request. See films. Hopefully you enjoyed. Okay, next up, we have Invisible Hands. So let me get ready for Invisible Hands. Okay. All right. So, let me introduce you to the 4 kings. So here we have the king of clubs, the king of hearts, the king of spades, and the king of diamonds. So we're going to be using these, and this is called Invisible Hands. And so it is an in the hands version of Invisible Palm. And so look, I have 3 cards over here and 1 card over here. And you would think that if I was to make 1 card jump from here to here, they would have to touch. And actually when I do this in real life, I could put my arms like out to my sides so they're not very close at all. But all I have to do is just shake. As I shake, you'll see 1 card melting from one side, and as it melts from one side, it appears on the other side. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? So once again, we're going to break a rule of magic because we're going to do the same trick twice, okay? And so here, if I hold 2 and 2, all I have to do is just shake. And you'll see 1 card melting from one side, and as it melts from one side, you'll see it appear on the other side. I know. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, here's the thing, though. So, we have the 4 kings, but let's say I didn't want to do this trick with the 4 kings. Let's say I wanted to do the trick instead with some other card, right? And you know what? We could do that. We could do that. I would just take the kings, put them back in the deck, and take the cards out that I want. But instead of doing it that way, why don't I do it a little bit more magically? And so if I wanted to maybe use, oh, I don't know, maybe the 2s or something, we could just shake it like this. I don't know if you can tell, but look, that king has turned into a 2. Actually, all of the kings have turned into all of the 2s. In this case, the 2 of clubs, the 2 of spades, the 2 of hearts, and that is Invisible Hands. Slight my variation. It's actually quite different from the original because I'm not good enough to do the original. So I do it that way. I do it my way. Thank you kindly for the claps. Shuffer Stern. All right, let's see here. Next up, we have a trick called the Invisible Deck. Requested by C Films. Thank you so much for requesting all these tricks. I did have to catch up quite a bit because we did spend a bunch of time looking at StreamerSonglist today to figure that out. So, okay. All right. I will need a volunteer from chat to help me with this trick. And so here we have a deck. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to send the deck through the internet pipes, through the camera, and then it'll come out on your side and invisible. And then I'll give you instructions to pick a card with the invisible deck and then send it back through the internet pipes. Got it? Okay. So Is there anybody in chat who would like to volunteer? I don't know, if Seafilms, if you're still there, do you want to volunteer or do you want to leave it up for anybody else? And okay, you're there. All right. Okay, Seafilms. I'm going to put this deck through the internet pipes. On the other side, you catch the deck. Okay, it's going to be invisible to you, but let me know when you get it. Then I'm going to give you some instructions. You're going to open the invisible box, take out the invisible cards, and then you're going to spread through the cards, and then you're going to pick one. Okay. Once you've picked, you got it. Okay, great. So now you take the cards out of the box, you spread through the cards, you take one, turn it facing in the opposite direction, put it back into the box, or sorry, into the packet, into the deck. Then take the whole deck, put it back into the box, close the box, and then uh, push it back through your screen. Let me know when you send it back. I'll be ready to catch it when you send it. Okay. And and then let me know. I threw it back. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. 1, 2, and okay. There we go. All right, great. Okay, we've got it. Okay, so here it is. All right. So, C films. I won't. I won't break away from the camera. You'll be able to see everything happen right here. It's now okay. Let me know which card you turned over in the deck when you had the invisible deck. And then I'll show you that this was the deck. A joker? No, no, no. There's no jokers in here. Did you turn over a card that looked like a joker? Was it a jack? Did it have a J? And then an ad break is starting soon. And then was it one of these suits? Which suit was it? Was it the let's see. Okay, Jack of Spades. All right. So, here we go. Jack of Spades. Uh so, I don't know if you know, but if I show you right now. So, I'm going to open up the deck. I'm going to pull out these cards. And if we take a look inside of this, there's a bunch of cards, but actually there's one card facing in the opposite direction. One card only. If we take a look, these are all right there. But now if there's only one card facing the opposite direction. And that card is your Jack of Spades. And that is the invisible deck. Okay. And I beat the ad break. All right, excellent. Okay, I will pick up doing tricks again after the ad break is done. After the ad break is done. Okay. Let's see here. And I can get ready for jumping Gemini, which is the next request. Let me see here. Hold on, I may not have jumping Gemini here. Let me see. I guess if I don't, we could improvise it. That's not a big deal, I guess. Okay, 90-second ad break. Okay, perfect. All right. it'll stall for a few minutes while I figure out where I put jumping Gemini. No, it's not going to be here. Oh, there it is. Okay. We found it. It's okay. I found it, guys. I found it. Okay. All right. The ad break is finishing. And let's see. Here we go. All right. Jumping Gemini. So we have 4 cards here, and I just want to show you what they are. All right. So here, take a look. Here is a King of Clubs. Now, if I take the King of Clubs and place it on the bottom, you might think that this is not going to be the King of Clubs. But actually, if I show you, this is also a King of Clubs. I take that and place it on the bottom, and I show you what this one is. This is also a King of Clubs. And then, of course, the final card is indeed a King of Clubs. Now, some people are like, wait, there's no way. So, okay, fine. If I take the King of Clubs, place it over here, I can make the King of Clubs go from here to there. But if I take the King of Clubs, place it on the bottom, the King of Clubs will still be here. And it doesn't matter if I put it on the bottom again, because it still shows up over here. Now, even if I take it and I put it back over here, it'll jump back over here. And then, of course, even this last card is also a King of Clubs. Now, you probably know that there's no way that I can do this trick without 4 of the same card, right? And to that, I would say, all right, you got me. I am using 4 of the same card, because if you take a look, there are 4 of the same card. See, there's a 5 of diamonds. This one, also a 5 of diamonds. This one's also a 5 of diamonds. And then this one's also a 5 of diamonds. But anytime that you have 4 of the exact same card, you would totally get in trouble while playing in a card game, right? And so you have to make sure that all the evidence disappears after they see that you have 4 copies of a card, because now you can see that there's nothing here or here, and see, yeah, these are all empty. And that, my friends, is Jumping Gemini. Thank you for this heat map. Let me go ahead and eat this heat map. Delicious. Thank you kindly for the claps, Stern. All right, and thank you for that request, C Films. That was Jumping Gemini. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have. Let me see. This one is kind of a trick that I like to save for the end. So you know what? I'm actually going to move this down. Let me do. You know what? Let me do the current queue in like reverse order. So let me do this one next. Move this one down. And you know, this is probably a good time to call for last call. So if anybody would like to request any more magic, let me do last call and see if Oh, does this link still work? Is this still the correct link? Should probably double check. Okay, that is the correct link. Alright, so it does still send you to the correct place. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Next up we have wildcard. Okay, yeah, so I think we can... Let me do these. I am going to... Let me see here. I'm going to move McDonald's Aces to the end. We can actually probably end on that one. I'll bump Charlie's Beats up because we did do a bunch of C Films' requests. So do that one. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Also, this is actually a good test of the queue. So, alright. So here I want to show you my collection of 9 of spades because like we've got a 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9. Oh, how'd this get in there? So I have a Queen of Hearts in the 9 of spades collection. 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades, 9 of spades. But here's the thing about 9 of spades. 9 of spades is not a very popular card. And so maybe I should change the collection over from 9 of spades to something else. Because, like, in Magic, everybody names the Queen of Hearts all of the time, but they never name the 9 of spades. So maybe instead I should change my 9 of spades collection to be a Queen of Hearts collection. And I don't know if you know, but as I change over all of these cards from 9 of spades to Queen of Hearts, we can make the transformation happen. Slowly but surely, each and every 9 of spades will become a Queen of Hearts. And of course, we will need each and every single 9 of spades by the end to become a Queen of Hearts. And that, my friends, is a wild card. Thank you for the mind blown, Schaffer Stern, and thank you kindly for the claps. I think I feel like that trick, especially when I first saw it, like everything looks so unassuming, and you're like, how did they change? What? Like, all right, let's see. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Let's see here. Let me find some cards. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. All right. Okay, next up we have a trick called the Restless Lady. I've actually done a part of this slightly different than I normally do, so hopefully it turns out okay. All right, so here I have 6 of spades, 7 of spades, 8 of spades, 9 of spades, and the red joker. Now here, the red joker is going to be um, outside of the party for a little bit. But importantly, though, if the red joker finds out that there's a party to be had, the red joker will jump back over to the party. Is that weird? That's a little bit weird. By the way, I'm convinced that I should get merch. So, anyway, let's say the red joker uh, goes away, whether they log off or they go home or something. But all they need to do is find out that there's a party over here. The red joker will come and join where the party is. There you go. And take a look. There is the red joker jumping into the party. Now, we don't have any red jokers here, but Seafoam says, I hope you're enjoying doing tricks you have not done in a while. Thank you so much for requesting these Seafilms. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I am actually trying to remember them, some of them. So anyway, but now that red joker will hop back over here. Now, of course, if you try and visit any one of them, in this case, if you try and visit ZD Major 7's stream, for example, you might see that same party animal come right back. And so it doesn't matter which stream you go into, you'll see that the red joker happens to be there. But I don't know if you know, once you get to know the red joker, you end up knowing who the red joker is, because even though there's a bunch of other streams, here's all of the spades, that red joker becomes a part of your stream, and you get to know them, and you do know them as Charlie's Beats. Thank you for that request, Charlie. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Schaffer Stern. Of course, as everybody knows, I do like to use the card of the person who signed it, if possible. And so, of course, Charlie's Beats knows uh, the Ace of Spades is used a lot in many tricks. And so, there we have it. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get ready for illogical conclusion. Okay. Let me see here. All right, so we have 8 cards here. And so let me see here. We've got so 4 over here, 4 over here, and I'm just gonna leave these 4 over here. Okay. So I don't want to show you any of these 4 cards, but I will show you all of these 4 cards. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 face cards, and they all happen to be black face cards. Now I want you to keep track of how many of each different kind of card that you see as we go through. And I'm going to do something to hopefully make it more fair, I'm going to swap cards from this pile with this pile, and I'll show you all the cards in this pile. So then it'll hopefully be more fair. So let's go ahead and first swap one card. So whether you see red face cards, black spot cards, and all of that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and show you all of the cards in this pile. I think you might have been able to see just black face cards. Now we're going to swap two cards. 1, 2. And let's go ahead and go through. Oh, we got to do this quick. 3, 4. All right, now we're going to swap 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Show you all the cards in this pile. All right, and then last one, I will swap this one for this one, and we'll show you all the cards in this pile. How many of each type of card did you see? Did you see 8 black face cards? That's probably what you thought. Maybe you didn't see red face cards, maybe red spot cards, maybe black spot cards. Well, in the interest of finishing this before the ad break starts, I will show you that these 4 cards, it doesn't matter what you guessed, unless you happen to have seen this trick before, you know that these cards don't have anything on them. They're completely blank. There's nothing there. And that, my friends, is an illogical conclusion, and we beat the ad break. Boom. Okay. All right. Shefferstern has redeemed clear plastic cards. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. All right, Shefferstern. Let's see what we can do. I guess the question is, can I do Keeper and Hades with clear plastic cards? Is the question. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I won't start any magic tricks until after the ad break is over, but I will also let you guys know that I did close the queue already, so the queue is already closed. Otherwise, do the next tricks you can. Oh yeah, yeah. No. I think we can. I think we can do Keeper actually. We'll do Keeper and then maybe Hades. So all right. Okay, ad break is finishing now. I think people should be coming back right about now. And so, here we go. All right. Boom. Okay. So for anybody who has not seen this deck before, here's a deck of clear plastic cards. So these cards are made out of plastic, and they do have a transparent section, so you could basically kind of see through the cards. And so we're going to be using this to attempt to do some of the next requests. So thank you for the redeem, Schafferstern, and thank you for the requests, C Films. So here we go. First things first, I need to find a few plants, and these plants are going to be 3 feet tall. So here we have one plant that happens to be 3 feet tall. Here we have another one that's 3 feet tall. And then we'll have one more that is 3 feet tall. Now, for anybody who has not played the video game Keeper, you play an anthropomorphic lighthouse, and it is a game by Double Fine Games, and our illustrious mod Gibson Lens is a developer on the Double Fine team, has also worked on Keeper. But we also played Keeper on stream here, and so that was super fun. But yeah, let me just show you these these trees, and let me still pull out the lighthouse deck so we can pretend to use laser eyes from the lighthouse. So here we go. So one of the first things that you get as a power is the ability to focus your lighthouse light at things. And there are certain things in the environment that will react. And so in this case, we are shining our lighthouse light at this first plant that first started as 1, 2, 3 feet tall. But as it gets more laser light or focused light from the lighthouse, it'll grow 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll grow again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, it didn't actually grow. Grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the thing is, once it grows to that length, it doesn't grow anymore. So, okay. Now, for anybody who hasn't played Keeper or knows about it, it's a puzzle, I would say, puzzle platformer and exploration game. And so, we must be trying to solve a puzzle. And here, we're going to go ahead and make this 3-foot plant grow 1, 2, 3. But now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, we find the last piece of the puzzle. We see this last plant that needs to grow. And perhaps this plant will then grow into something that presses an actuator button or opens up a wall or something. And even though it starts as 1, 2, 3 feet, it will grow one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will grow one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the end, if you take a look at all of the plants, there really are 5 cards. I guess that's hard to see because they're clear. 5 and 5. Okay, yeah, that is a little bit messy to look at. So let me turn them all face up. That should hopefully make it a little bit easier. You can see there are actually 5 cards in each pile. And that is Keeper, based on the video game by Double Fine. Which, if anybody didn't know, Double Fine Games recently broke away to become an independent game studio again after being owned by Microsoft, Xbox for a while. C Films, who created the Keeper trick? C Films, I created the Keeper trick. That is an original trick of mine. So, if you take a look, oh wait, sorry, I didn't mark the illogical conclusion. If you take a look here, Keeper, created by me, Crazy Asian. If you want, I have more details on my on this recorded trick on my YouTube channel. So hold on, let me just pull up. So right, it's very similar to that trick. It's basically that. But if you want to read more, I have a little bit of magician's notes in the description of this YouTube video. So, but yeah, I created it. That's my own original trick. So there we go. Okay, so that was Keeper. All right, next up we have Hades, also an original of mine. Okay, let me find a card to be Zagreus. Okay. All right. Um, I saw that you created the keeper trick. I asked so that the chat room knew you created. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, C Films. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. So next up we have a trick that I created called Hades, based on the video game Hades. All right. So here I've set aside the Jack of Spades to represent Zagreus, and then we have 4 cards here which will represent the 4 levels of Hades. So if you played before, or I actually played it just before stream, before Magic Stream today. So it starts Tartarus, Asphodel, Elysium, and the Temple of Styx. Now, as everybody knows, the way that you win is that you defeat the Temple of Styx and you make it up to the surface. But actually, the only way to get there is you have to fight through all of these levels, okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and have Zagreus be at the bottom, and he has to first fight through the first level of Hades, in this case, Tartarus. And now if we take a look, he is actually, this might be a little bit tough to see just because they're clear cards, but here's the top, the second top, the third, and then you can see Zagreus is on top of this one, right? Okay, so now let me show you. Zagreus is here on top of Tartarus, and here's the other 3 that he has to fight through, right? Um, and we are going to go ahead and have him go through the next one, which will be Asphodel. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, and now you'll be able to see if they spread well and the clear cards don't get in the way. Here's the top 2, and then here Zagreus is on top of these 2. Okay, so now you can kind of see that Zagreus is here in the middle, but he has to defeat Elysium before he can make it to the Temple of Styx. And so let's go ahead and close this up. And I don't know if you can tell, but Zagreus is not here right now, but all he has to do is fight through Elysium, and he'll be able to get through. And he's now at the Temple of Styx because you can tell, here's the top card, and then now here's Zagreus, here's the other 3 underneath. So, and then finally, we have to do one more thing, and that is basically we have to defeat Hades. Okay, and so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab Hades. Alright, hold on. We're just going to reset this for right here. So right here, we have Zagreus here. And actually, yeah, so all he has to do is defeat Hades to get up to the top, okay? But we're going to go ahead and grab Hades in my hand right now, like this. Okay, so I'm holding on to Hades right now, and we will determine if Hades will defeat Zagreus by being on top, or if Zagreus wins, then he'll be on top. And here we go, 1, 2, 3. And if I spread, I guess that was not very clear. But if you take a look, Zagreus is on the top above all of these. I will have to say that I don't think there's anything wrong with doing this trick with clear cards. It's just really hard to see. Is probably it. But otherwise, I don't think I gave away any secrets of magic or anything. So, but yeah, so Zagreus made it to the top and has escaped from Hades. And if you guys know the game, he ends up perishing, and then he has to start all the way back at the bottom, all over again on the next run. And that is the Hades card trick. A card slipped. Yep, that's right. A card slip. It happens. I mean, these are extra slippery compared to regular playing cards. So, yeah, yeah. I don't. As I said, I don't think I revealed any secrets of Magic, but not as elegant as I would like. But that's okay. Um, Kagome Shuko, welcome in. How's it going? Hey Nam. Hey Kagome Shuko. Hey 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 Bridget. How's it going? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you kindly for the claps. Shefferstern. All right, we are coming to a close. We got two more tricks in the queue, and then we will, assuming that I succeed at doing the tricks, then we'll find someone to raid. For anybody who hasn't been here before, I don't like ending on a trick that I mess up on. So if I end up messing up the finale trick, we're gonna do another finale trick. Um, so yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let me go ahead and find the 4 card trick. Let's see. Kagome Shuko says, "Nerves still haven't healed, and I don't know how many times I've almost fallen, but I caught myself today." Oh, I'm sorry that if you've fallen a lot, and I hope you do heal up and get well. And the thing is, I don't know much about nerves and damage, and so and I'm certainly not a medical professional, so there's no way I can possibly help there. But Seafilm says, "I hope you enjoyed doing a couple of your own tricks." Yes, yes, I did. I actually hadn't done, I don't think, Hades in a while, because that one doesn't get requested that much. But I also haven't found an easy way to accommodate that. So the keeper trick, I've actually done variations of that in real life at real gigs. I just kind of retheme it something else, and so I do get that one a little bit more practiced. But Hades is a lot less practiced. So okay, let me go ahead and grab a card from over here really quick. Please hold. Okay. All right. Here we go. Kagome Shuko says, "Yeah, you can't do anything to make nerves heal. You just have to wait, and it sucks." Yeah, that does suck. I'm sorry. I actually found out. Oh, an ad break is starting soon. Okay, I won't start the next trick until after the ad break, but we can just chat about stuff. So yeah, I recently found out the other day. By the other day, I mean it's probably like a month and a half ago or so. That so gums like in your mouth, if the gum line recedes, there's actually no way that gums regenerate. So the only thing that you can and should do is you need to prevent gum lines from receding. So basically, good flossing and brushing technique. And I think part of the reason why it was discovered that I had a slightly receding gum line was because I was brushing too hard with my toothbrush. And so also I had bad technique. So I would brush and my circles would be huge, and they say to do really small tight circles, and I understand why now. So do small tight circles when you're doing little ovals around your teeth, and that's a lot better than, because if you're doing bigger circles or you're just doing wide strokes and stuff, you're basically brushing away your gums, and I think that's probably why my gum line is starting to recede a little bit. The good news is that my dentist said, "Oh yeah, yeah, it's not that bad for you yet. Um, you're probably still going to be fine if you just have good things instead." So, um, but yeah, so like there are some just things in your body that just they don't regenerate or they don't heal that well or they don't heal very quickly, or if they heal at all. Like human bodies, like with scar tissue and stuff, right? It's supposed to prevent like additional injury, but it never really heals up the same. Um, there is an anecdote that I kind of want to share. So we're in the ad break right now, but I don't know who can hear me. But so I once got an injury while doing like a nature hike with my wife, and there was this tree that was kind of in our way, and we had to kind of like duck under it. But the tree had like thorns on it, or like spikes, and I accidentally grabbed a branch to move it out of the way, thinking that it was a safe place to grab. And where I had grabbed it, a thorn kind of just like went directly into my finger. It didn't like stick in it, but it actually uh, it cut my skin, and I was like, "Oh crap!" Like as soon as I pulled it off, I'm like, "Oh, damn it, I'm bleeding." And I didn't have a bandage or anything, but I had like wet wipes. And so I'm like, okay, let me just grab a wet wipe and I'm just gonna wrap it around my finger. And I just held it around my finger like the entire day, basically, for at least probably a good 4 or 5 hours. And the thing that happened after the 4 or 5 hours was kind of miraculous because I kind of expected it to scar over. But when I removed like the wet wipe, I was like, where did the injury go? Like there was definitely blood on the wipe, but the cut and the hole like was gone, and I was like, "What? What just happened? Did I just heal in like 4 or 5 hours?" Like I thought that that was probably gonna leave a mark, scar over. It would look bad for like weeks, but it healed in a few hours, just because. And I was like, "Interesting." So the last couple of like small minor injuries that I've had, where if something happened to a finger or something, uh, especially now where I'm doing magic like gigs, if I can, prevent like an injury on my finger for some reason. So I'll get a wet wipe and I'll wrap it around it and I'll like leave it on there for a few hours because if it's minor enough, and I pull it off and I was like, oh my god, it healed like completely in like 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, so something in our bodies probably has this like latent ability to regenerate or something that we share with like the reptiles and amphibians back in the thing. But yes, Shaffer Stern says magic. I know, right? And so I was actually amazed at my own body after that experience, and I'm like, what else can my body do, right? That surprises me. But yeah, for a lot of other stuff, your body does not regenerate. Someone's just like, oh. So yeah, I my sympathies. Do wet wipes have alcohol in them? Some of them do, and then some of them don't. I believe the ones that I used did have alcohol in them because this injury occurred well before I had a kid, and I think the only reason why I would have gotten wipes without alcohol would be for my kid. But I think before that, I just didn't care because we just got whatever wet wipes were cheapest, and I think they did have alcohol in them. So, but anyway, all right. I think people are coming back or have come back from the ad break, and I was just talking about, I guess, human bodies healing, recovering, and my one weird experience where I was like, "Oh my god, my body can regenerate." Um, Kagome Shuko says, "Seems like streamer song list updated. I'm just trying to figure things out in general." Yes, Kagome Shuko, if you've just arrived, yes, recently streamer song list just updated like everything. The beginning of my stream, I actually delayed doing magic for like the first half an hour, so it's okay that I'm running a little late today because I actually didn't do a lot of tricks for the first half hour because we were just struggling with getting streamer song list to work. So we found out a bunch of things, but like this overlay, the URL changed, had to change it because it was just coming up with like a gray or like a black box for me. And then I had to update a bunch of permissions and bot stuff in the UI on streamerstronglist.com, which I did. And actually, if you go back to the VOD, you can see the beginning. So I don't know if you hang out in other music streams and stuff, but like everybody who uses Streamer Song List will basically see this update, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna stick. It seems like I say everything is like probably working okay after you get adjusted and everything migrated over, but I had to press a button to migrate stuff over. I had so all of my custom streamer song list commands, we needed to add an exclamation point at the beginning of each alias for it to work. So because it didn't carry that over, but other than that, and I had to mod the song list bot and turn it on and add it, so that kind of stuff. But yes, that's what's happening. My apologies. I did close the queue. We did do a bunch of tricks already so today as well. Thank you to C Films for requesting a ton of tricks near the end of stream today. Kagome Shuko says, mine used to be black with white text and now it's white with black text. Oh, that might just be a that sounds like a dark mode light mode setting to me. Or if you're not logged in, it might not have kept your settings, so you might have to re-log in. All right, so next up we have 4-card trick. Let me go ahead and do that. So in order to do the 4-card trick, we're going to need 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these cards are not normal cards. These are all blank. So let me show you 1, 2, 3, 4 blank cards. But if I just wanted to put a card on here, what's one of the most popular cards that somebody might think of? And it might be the Queen of Hearts. So here's the Queen of Hearts. And here's the blank cards. Kagome Shuko says, I'm not concerned about your queue, but tomorrow is Mandy Monday, Mandy Prater, and it's all weird. Yes, yeah, if you want to use this time to try and get used to it, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be like this. So I don't, but anyway, so when we have this Queen of Hearts, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and place it facing in the opposite direction. So like here, so you'll be able to see it when you go through here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I go ahead and I take it and I place it off to the side over here, so I just have grabbed it and I'm going to place the Queen of Hearts right here. I don't know if you can tell, but now the Queen of Hearts has disappeared. So now all the cards are facing the same direction, but if I take that Queen of Hearts and I place it back over here, we'll now be able to see it again. So here's the interesting thing though. After being removed from the deck, it has experienced something strange, and I don't know if you know, but the Queen of Hearts, we can tell from the face because the Queen of Hearts has the Queen of Hearts on the front, and all of these are blank on the face. What you may not know is that when we took the Queen of Hearts out of the packet and left it over here, something happened to it. And we can also tell it from the back, because if I show you the backs of these are all red-backed cards. But if I show you the back of the Queen of Hearts, it's actually not red. And that, my friends, is the 4-card trick. There you go. Thank you kindly for the claps. Shefferstern and the mind blown. Okay. So you know what I think I'm going to do? So we're going to be doing McDonald's Aces as the finale today, okay? So we're going to do that as the finale today. That's the plan. That's assuming I don't mess it up. So if I do mess it up, we'll obviously do another trick. But if we don't mess it up, then we'll find somebody red. Okay, let's see. So this is probably a good time for me to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you to everybody who supported me today. So thank you to let me see here. Let me just get back to thank you to Chan the Magic Man for the resub. Thank you to Keo Demon for the resub. And thank you to ZD Major 7 for the resub and the raid. And thank you Green Guy Music for the raid as well. And thank you to Adam07950 for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Dark Fury TTV, welcome in. How's it going? Good to see you. Ooh, I got the end of your stream, Sag. Yes, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, I did go longer today than I normally did because the beginning of the stream was struggling with StreamerSonglist, i.e., I use it as for my trick list, and there was a huge update for it. So we were able to work through all of the issues with it. But anyway, thanks, Dom, says the friendly fiddler. You're welcome, Andrew. And welcome in, Dark Fury at TTV. Uh, Good to see you. And I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to make it to the next Magifest. So, but anyway, that is. Oh yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, Dark Fury at TTV, also a magician. Um, but anyway, so yeah, thank you to everybody who came out and hung out with me tonight. Thank you so much for everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, did a sound alert, any of those things. So Dark Fury TTV says, damn, I'm planning to go. You should go. Morton Christensen will be there. Yeah, I heard that there's gonna be big names. Who's gonna be there? Um, so yeah, I forget all the names now, but there's gonna be a bunch. But yeah. So it might depend. I have a friend who said he might be going. If he goes, I might be able to go, and we could split a room. Because I think basically like so last year I went by myself, and the ticket cost and the room and like food for a couple days, and then also the disappointment from like the snowstorm. But yeah. So who knows? But anyway, just so thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream. Thank you for all the support today. Thank you for all the raids. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you to everybody who is lurking because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. If anybody was concerned that anything that you saw here today was black magic, sorcery, or deals with the devil, it is none of those things. It is sleight of hand, blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of practice. Um, and if you still don't believe it, that's okay. Best cover story ever, sleight of hand. um, if you guys are not following our friends and mods, please support our friends and mods. If you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, a fellow Twitch streamer who does magic. Give him a follow. You might catch him on Magic Mondays doing magic. If you catch him other times, you might see him doing all sorts of other things. Cooking, IRL, video games. Lately, he's been doing a stream where you can watch butterflies hatch. So that's been interesting. If you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, pianist, composer, video game developer, and movie critic. Of course, if you liked the card trick Keeper, that's an original trick of mine based on a video game that Gibson Lens worked on at Double Fine. And so, there you go. If you want to see more of me and I am not around, please check out my YouTube channel. I have over 350 magic tricks on the YouTube channel. Check it out. I have more originals as well that I don't have in my regular list here. So, and then let's see here. What else? I think that is it. So let's go ahead and do this last trick. And if I don't mess it up, we'll raid out. And if I do mess it up, I'm doing another finale trick. Okay. So, all right. Here we go. Okay, so let me. So in order to do this trick, which has many names, it is called McDonald's Aces, Dream of Aces, sometimes called Grandpa's Aces. And in order to do the trick, we need all four aces. So let me find all four aces right here. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna place all the aces out like this, and we usually leave the ace of spades separate because for a lot of these tricks, they are known as an ace assembly. And we will try and make all of the aces be together by the end of the trick. And so I'm going to go ahead and give all of these cards, sorry, all of these piles a few cards each. Okay. And let's go ahead and begin. So here we have the ace of diamonds. Now, if I just go ahead and I swap that ace of diamonds for one of these cards right here. Kagome Shuko says, I'm sharing my McDonald's chicken nuggets with Radar. Sunday is always our chicken day. Awesome. For anybody who doesn't know, Radar is her dog. So I don't know if you can tell, but look, that ace of diamonds is now gone. And now let's go ahead and do a similar thing here with the ace of clubs. So you can see the ace of clubs is here until I grab it. And now the ace of clubs is gone as well. And ad break is starting soon. All right, we're going to race the ad break, I guess. Again, there's no ace there either. And now this last one, as you can see, it's still here. And not unless I grab it. And now you won't be able to see any aces here because they are gone. And of course you knew that the ace of spades was here, but did you know that the ace of hearts, clubs, and diamonds are now here? And that I will call a successful finale for tonight. And importantly, I beat the ad break. Thank you kindly for the claps, Shefferstern. Shefferstern says, thank you for the magical stream. You're welcome, Shefferstern. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go this long, but actually after everything between the Hades stream and then the StreamerSonglist stuff, and I'm like, all right, I'm awake. This is good. And I know I missed a Magic stream, i.e., I replaced it with the the con recap a couple weeks ago. So I was like, all right, I should definitely do Magic. So I know we're in an ad break now. I won't leave while the ad break is going, but so yeah, we accomplished a lot of stuff today. So the StreamerSonglist stuff. I did a bunch of tricks. We actually got how many did we do? Actually, what was the tricks performed? No, that's not the command. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Oh, today. Okay. It's just performed. Okay, 23 tricks today. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty good. All right. Cool. So let me actually go ahead and find somebody to raid. As I said, I won't raid out until after after the ad break is over, but I should probably figure out where we're going. Let's see here. Let's see who's on. And maybe let's see who we haven't hit up for a while. Wait, I see somebody streaming. Hmm. Okay, I may have a raid target. Okay, the ad break is finishing now. Alright. Let me see. How long have they been going? Oh, just 58 minutes? Okay. Let me consult the spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure we've rated them before, but not for a while, so hold on. Let's see. We have rated them twice. And the last time was September of last year. So it's been a while. All right, so I've decided who we're rating because they are playing the Oregon Trail. Yes, that's right. We're going to be rating somebody playing the Oregon Trail. So if anybody wants to come along on the raid here, um, here's a raid call. Here's a sub raid call if you're subbed. So the raid target, we're going to be raiding over to Happy Nightmares. Happy Nightmares has raided in over here a couple times. We've raided over there a couple of times. Friends with the like community around Chan the Matchman E-Room. So let's go over there, say hi, and let me see here. Let me start the raid. So Happy Nightmares does a bunch of different things, but has done I guess co-working streams. Has also done like science paper discussion streams. Also plays games. So let's give Happy Nightmares a raid. So there we go. All right. Thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Once again, thank you for hanging out. Schaffer Stern, Sea Films, Gibson Lens, Darkbeard TV, The Friendly Fiddler, Kagome Shuko. Thank you guys. Hopefully everybody had fun. I certainly had a good time. And importantly, also good practice for me because now I'm doing real gigs and, you know, definitely really matters. Adam07950. Thank you for the raids once again. ZD Major 7. Green Guy Music. All right, everybody. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. Remember to get good sleep because, as we all know, it's really hard to get good sleep nowadays. So take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around. All right. Bye.